days, and as soon as we know, then we'll start making travel arrangements. On something like this, the sooner the better.
Did we take a vote on that? I'm sorry.
Yes, we were announcing it as I was asking for clarification.
Spacing out of here. Been a long day.
Jim, also, while Paul was here, I think Supervisor Smith, no, actually it was not, I'm sorry, Supervisor Pinches on the consent agenda had pulled the Alcade contract.
Yes.
And so maybe we could deal with that next while Paul was still here.
Any objections? Okay, let's move to consent calendar item 6, one-year extension professional services agreement between Mendocino County and Alcade and Fay for legislative advocacy services.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
The reason I pulled it, probably their support here. I really feel that, as I said earlier today, and I said a year ago, that I feel that the money that we're spending on these legislative advocate, not only at Washington but in Sacramento, that we could do better by having just our own that represents not other counties or other issues, but just Mendocino County issues. We could pool that money and hire a whether it's a local firm or a local individual or a local two individuals to do a better job. Frankly, I haven't been really impressed with our federal legislative advocate or our state legislative advocate. I think that it's too generic and too blended into other issues in other counties, and I think that our specific issues, I'd rather have somebody work specifically on that. And so I'm going to keep pushing for that. I know it's a way of doing business a little different, but it's my opinion that we can do better locally by hiring somebody that only works for Mendocino County and only supports and pushes for Mendocino County issues. Because a lot of these issues at the federal and state level, there's different variations from county to county, even on projects. I mean, I want somebody because, you know, it's not, if we were spending only a few $1,000s or something, say for a federal legislative advocate or a state legislative advocate, I could see, well, we got to partner up with somebody. But the dollars that we're expending is plenty enough money to send somebody back to Washington and over to Sacramento, maybe even have them live over there, I don't know. But, and with the expense account to only, you know, there's an old saying in the ranching business, only ride for the brand. You know, I feel that some of these legislative advocates are riding for too many brands and too many issues, and things get convoluted. I think we can do a better job by focusing and you know, I'm sure, Paul, when you talk to, whether it's the federal legislative advocate or the state, you know, they're only, you know, your time is kind of, you get a little bit of their time because they're dealing with 7 other counties or 10 other counties or whatever. And I'd like it to be where when you talk to that person, that they're only worried about Mendocino County issues and only Mendocino County issues. And when you look at the money that we pay for these advocates, we can fund that and do a better job.
Thank you, Supervisor. Mr. CEO.
I too am going to have to get used to, instead of saying Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, I guess, or just Chair. Just to give you some perspective, Supervisor Pinches, in Calaveras County we used a firm called the Ferguson Group. For $125,000 a year, they lobbied for a maximum of 4 projects for us as federal earmarks. So that paid for us to go forward with 4 items every year, specializing in what our requests are. We did the same thing with the legislative program. We have a much better arrangement here in Mendocino County, but one of the things that has been shared with me by my former lobbyist that from their perspective makes Mendocino County one of those counties where it works better than other is the fact that we have a staff person in the form of Paul Kaler that deals with all of these things and monitors federal and state legislative actions. That's what really makes a difference, is you've got to have somebody that spends the time and looks at the issues. I send Paul lots of notes during the course of a week, what's going on with this, what's going on this. So we do have the best of both worlds. We do have a local advocate with Paul in our office who does an excellent job with monitoring it, and we do have a more inclusive program at the federal federal level with our lobbyists because we get lots of other information in addition to pursuing our legislative program. So just some perspective on how another county has done it and compared to the way we're doing it in Mendocino.
Okay, further discussion on item 5.6, one-year extension for professional services. Am I hearing any action on this item? Requesting action on this item.
Well, I think we need to, like I say, look at other options, and I don't think there's no necessity